What's going on, everyone? Right now, Bitcoin is going absolutely insane. So there's something that we got to talk about today because, these whales, they're buying up Bitcoin like crazy, but FOMO is also at an all-time high. So we're going to talk about this. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's get straight into it. Now, first things first, Bitcoin is at 68.3K. Bitcoin touched its all-time high earlier, 69.4K. Some people are saying, on different exchanges, it got all the way up to 70K. Some people are saying that it did. But, CoinGecko tracks it at 69.4K, right? But nonetheless, it passed its all-time high regardless of that, right? Last 24 hours, up 1.7%. Last 7 days, up 10%. Last 14 days, up 34.5%. Last 30 days, up 53.2%. And the last year, 213%. Now, we had a huge drop in Bitcoin not too long ago, right? It was earlier today. We had a huge drop inside of Bitcoin. And look, Bitcoin went all the way from this level here, which was 69.2K, all the way down to 66K, and then immediately back up to breaking an all-time high. And right before that, Bitcoin had an even bigger drop all the way down to 60K. But the whales keep buying it up. This is exactly what's happening. The whales are buying Bitcoin up like crazy, but the FOMO is going crazy. Look at all the YouTube videos coming out about people that haven't even made crypto videos in forever, talking about, oh my God, it's going to the moon, blah, 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 blah. Like, these people, they're really like mooning it right now. And like, hey, look at me, I'm making a video right now too. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin. Like, I hear people who don't know nothing about crypto talking about Bitcoin. This is how you know the FOMO is at an all-time high. But forget the FOMO. Let's just talk about the whales, because the whales, there's a reason why people are FOMOing. Like, the whales are buying Bitcoin. Look at this, $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. Look, they bought this yesterday at $1.5 billion. That's $1,528,214,093.07. Guess how much they're at now? Now they're at 1,545 or 1,545,032,112, right? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money from, let's just say, from 528 million to 545 million. If you think about that, just think about the pure numbers that we're looking at here. These Bitcoin whales, they're jumping in because they know they're about to get a lot of money. There's a reason why Bitcoin whales, don't put a bunch of their money inside of these little altcoins. They don't have to. They don't have to do that type of stuff. See, the altcoins is more for like the low money people, right? So this is for like me and you, right? But look, this person made $16.8 million in one day just by putting their money into Bitcoin. Like, come on now. They don't need to do altcoins. They don't need to do that. They just got to put it in Bitcoin. It's safe. But look, a lot of them are starting to just dump their money in Bitcoin. A lot of them are dumping in Bitcoin right now. Not dumping Bitcoin, but they're like putting their money into Bitcoin. Okay. Look, this is another whale right here. 283K, 446K, 16K, 427K. Yes, they sold 47 million, but look at all these purchases that they did the same day. It really outweighs it. It really outweighs it. There's some $1 million ones in here, and then they do a $30 million sale yesterday. But all these purchases outweigh all these sales. Now, there's a lot of other whales that are really buying and selling a lot. But look, this whale right here bought $2.6 billion worth of Bitcoin, right? They bought $2.6 billion worth of Bitcoin. And sorry if I say baby Doge inside this video, because I always talk about baby Doge every time. I don't know why I do that. All right. But look, they bought a lot of Bitcoin. Okay. They bought a lot of Bitcoin. Right now they're at $101 million in profit. That's $101 million. Okay. That's a lot of money in profit. But look, $2.6 billion 2 days ago, they sell $716 billion. So some of them are doing short-term trades here, and some of them are just buying up a bunch of Bitcoin. But regardless, Bitcoin is going up in price. It's going crazy. There's a possibility it can go even higher. Now, I'm going to do a technical analysis on this video, right? Later on in the video, we're going to do a technical analysis. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. If you do like the video, though, hit the like button and subscribe. We're going to keep going over this stuff. And if you want these automated trading indicators, definitely check out the chart prime link in the description. But we're going to keep going over this, and then we're going to get back over to the technical analysis, because that's really what's going to be telling. That's the real telling signal, whether or not it's a good time to get in or not. But anyways, let's keep going over these whales, because these whales are doing crazy movements. Like this whale right here, $2.1 billion total in Bitcoin. They're up $228 million in profit right now. They got $1.3 million that they sold today. But look at what they bought earlier. in the day. $605 million worth of Bitcoin. $605 million worth of Bitcoin. They just bought it, and they bought 10 million here. They bought 2 million here. They're buying a lot of Bitcoin, and they're doing it. They're doing it heavily right now. Like, they're going crazy on Bitcoin. You would think that right now is like the best time to buy because of what they're doing. But like, I can't say whether or not it is the best time to buy or not, because remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But it's high. It's high. I wouldn't say Bitcoin's overpriced right now, but I would say it's getting there. It's like midway to being overpriced. Like, I truly believe that Bitcoin is probably going to reach about 80K to 100K before the next major pullback. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you the technical analysis that I came up with and why I say that, but it's up to you to make your own decision. Now, right now, we're doing pretty good. Look at this whale. A whole $5 billion, right? About 2 days ago, $5 billion, and now look at them. $5,113,279,157. This whale made $113 million in 2 days on Bitcoin. They could sell, and then they could retire for the rest of their lives, and they could give away the $5 billion and not even care about it and retire off that $113 million that they made in 2 days. Look, these whales are going to keep making these astronomical gains, and that's why they're putting all their money in here. That was just one purchase by that one whale. Look at this whale, $9.1 billion. They bought 58 million on the 4th of this month. They bought 50 million on the 4th of this month, 100 million on the 4th, and then another 50 million on the 4th. So total, they spent $200 million on Bitcoin on the 4th of this month alone. And then the 28th of last month, $48 million purchase and a $243 million purchase. So these whales, they're doubling down. They're doubling down. They're doubling down. I cannot stress this anymore. This whale is in $5 billion worth of profit. This whale has $5 billion worth of profit. These whales are going to keep doing this. They're going to keep on doing this, and they're going to keep doing it, okay? And if they're doing it, it's probably a good idea for me to do it. I'm not going to say you, because I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, and you got to follow your own advice. But me, personally, I don't really buy Bitcoin. I use Bitcoin as a metric on how to rate other cryptos, because when Bitcoin goes down, other cryptos go down, and then the money eventually flows into those other cryptos. So after those other cryptos do drop and the price goes down, that's when I put my money. I watch Bitcoin to go down, and then I watch altcoins go down. And then the money from Bitcoin, once it went down and all the altcoins went down, then people start to redirect their money from Bitcoin and from the altcoins they just sold into lower cap coins. And then you'll see these meme coins popping off. You'll see low cap coins popping off. This is usually what happens. But anyways, $656,000, $705,000, blah, 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 blah. All these hundreds and thousands of dollars that they're purchasing on this whale's account. This whale, $1.2 billion, $767 million in profit. There's a lot of whales making a lot of money right now. There's a lot of them. $1.1 million right here. This whale is doing pretty well as well. We have a lot of whales that are buying a lot. This whale bought today. Look, if billionaires are buying today at $68,000 Bitcoin, I'm not saying that these billionaires are going to hold it to the moon. These billionaires might just be buying today because they know that it's either going to drop around 80K or 100K, but they know they can run up a quick bag going up to them, because this $1 billion that this whale has, if it goes to 80K, this whale is going to be looking at, this is $1.12 billion, right? This whale's $1.12 billion is probably going to end up being like 1.3 or $1.4 billion. They're probably going to play around with like $200 million. Yeah, this is what they're doing. They might not be staying in for long term. They might not be. They might just be kicking back, right? They might just be kicking back, just waiting for a good opportunity just to sell, right? Because 80K, 100K, they might see that and then be like, look, just going to sell there. Look, this whale came in on the 4th. They're up a very good amount. Went from $965 million all the way up to $985 million. This whale ran up $20 million in a matter of 4 days. So a lot of these whales are doing these huge gains. This whale got in at $66,000. $66,000 Bitcoin. When I see whales buying at this alarming rate, like when the prices are this high. I used to think the prices were overrated. I thought the prices were a little bit too high. But obviously, these whales don't believe that. This whale got in at $742 million. Now they have $834 million. You see what I'm saying when I say, like, if it goes to 80K, they can sell. Yeah, they're putting in their money now, but it doesn't mean that it's just going to keep going and going and going. Nothing keeps going. But I believe we're about to reach that point where things are about to start to drop. But right now is like the last pump, like the last leg up, getting up to 80K. Maybe it's the second to last leg up, because 80K and then maybe a little bit of a pullback and then boom, 100K and then a huge crash. But either way, I believe a huge crash might come on after 80K or 100K. That's what I think personally. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Take your own word for it. And also, if you think about it, like, we could start pulling back right now. But that's a whole thing in itself. But with the whales doing this, I don't believe we're going to, just because of how they're moving. Like, look at this, millions of dollars, stupid money. These whales are going ham. $818 million right here for this whale. That's a lot of money. Like, these whales are going crazy in Bitcoin, right? Now we have this whale, 793 million, 5 million here, 5 million there, 5 million there, blah, 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 284 million in profit. These whales, like, they might be selling soon, but they're making the bank. So if they're doing this, I'm going to be doing this for as long as they're doing this, because they're making dumb money. I'm going to be making dumb money too, because when they start to sell out, their money is going to start flowing into smaller cap altcoins and mid cap altcoins. But it's not going to happen immediately, right? When Bitcoin drops, everything's dropping. All the altcoins are dropping with it. But then eventually, once Bitcoin finds its little bottom, altcoins find their little bottom, then that's when the billionaires are like, all right, now let's take our money, put it in this coin, that coin, that coin. And then now you're starting to see meme coins and altcoins just pumping, going crazy. Now this whale, $716 million, up to $724 million. The same story for all of these whales. This whale's doing a bunch of small trades, $181 million total in profit. They got $710 million in there, so they've been taking profits a lot too. This whale, $581 million right here. They got $325 million in profit. Just 900,000 orders, $900,000 orders left and right. This whale right here, they just came in 2 nice little orders, $327 million, and then an $89 million order. And they got a lot of money in profit. Okay. These whales are going crazy. One purchase, $385 million. Now it's worth $391 million. And they're doing this and they're not really selling. They're not really selling much. They're buying and they're holding. Like, look at this, $310 million. Now, are they going to hold all the time? No, they might just sell out at 80K or 100K. That's what I believe personally. This whale got in at 241 million. Now they're at 380 million. I think these whales are about to start seeing that their profit is astronomically high, which is probably going to cause them to sell because they have so much profit. Like, when you see all these whales with all this profit, like, why would they just keep holding it? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, eventually they're going to sell and take their profits. If you watched what the Biden meeting, he was talking about how he wants to tax all billionaires no less than 25%. I don't believe that'll actually go through. I think he's just talking, just to please the people, but I don't think it'll actually go through. Like, that's a huge thing, because most billionaires are paying a lot of money in taxes, but that's neither here nor there. But what I'm saying here is, like, all these billionaires with all this money, like, eventually they're gonna sell. So I'm just preparing myself, and I'm kind of looking at how things are moving here, and I'm moving accordingly. Now, moving on from this, like I said, we're going to do the technical analysis for Bitcoin. Now, the technical analysis here for Bitcoin is a pretty interesting one. Looking at the 4-hour chart first, we're going to kind of look at multiple things. So we're going to look at the Fibonacci retracements. We're going to look at the RSI here on the bottom. And then we're also going to look at our automated trading indicators here with Chart Prime, which is showing our momentum wave bands, where we have our resistance momentum wave band here and our support momentum wave band here. This is showing where the momentum is going for the market. And then we have these lines here, which act as supports. As you can see, when it drops down, it usually touches this line. So if Bitcoin were to pull back, maybe it would stop at 65K. And if it broke that, the next one would stop at 60K. And then if it broke that, the next one would stop at 57.5K. And then if it broke that, the next one would stop at 50K. So we have all those different levels to meet here with Bitcoin for supports if we were to crash right now. That's a big if. But we don't know if we're going to do that because like we're right at the top of the Fibonacci. We have a possibility of breaking this. Now, what I like to look at here is also the RSI. The RSI is crossed at the top. Typically, when the RSI crosses, that shows a decrease in volume, but the price can still increase while the RSI is dropping. Just because the volume's decreasing doesn't mean that it's because people are selling. It could be because they're selling a little less and they're still buying, but they're just selling less. So that could be a decrease in volume because there's not as much money going out. That's the volume is dropping now because not as much money is going out. So volume is when money is going in and out, not just when it's going out, or not just when it's going in, I mean. But what we're looking at here though is this drop right here. So when we seen this drop here with our RSI, the price went down, but it went down to the support, immediately back up. It went to 60K, immediately back up. What I'm looking at right now is this RSI. Watch how it's going down. Now it could do what it did here and go down and maybe hit that support or this one or this one or this one. Like I said before, remember the Fibonacci is also, just coincidentally around our momentum wave band. That's why I like the momentum wave bands because they're pretty accurate. Link in the description if you want that. And that's for chart prime, link in the description. Or what we could do here is with our RSI, let's say it doesn't go all the way down and instead it crosses like right here and then it goes up. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Because look, we started to go down here with the RSI, and you can see the price started kind of selling off. We had a little sell signal, but Chart Prime quickly noticed, oh, wait, nope. We're about to have some buying. And that's when we got the buy signal. Chart Prime again. Like Chart Prime's pretty good. Link is inside of the description if you want to see that. But look, we got this buy signal right here. And pretty much what happened once we got this buy signal, it just started taking off. And this buy signal was also noticed here on the stock RSI. So you can see it crossed right down here at the bottom. It crossed right there. And then that's when everything just reversed. So my theory is here. What if we do the same thing? We start going down here. We cross right at the bottom down here. And then, or right before the bottom. And then we just have a reversal to the upside. That is what I personally believe is going to happen. But like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. With Chart Prime, it's giving us a buy signal, right? Typically, it's right. It's not always right. I'm going to be honest. It's not always right. But usually it is. The sell signal, it was right here. Buy signal, it was right here. The buy signal, right here. The sell signal is right here. Sell signal here, it's right. I'm assuming this buy signal could also be right as well. You could also see they're turning from red candlesticks to green candlesticks. So I believe there's about to be a reversal here. So personally, I think we're about to break out to the top of this momentum wave band, bringing us all the way up to 80K. That's why I say either we're going to go up to 80K and then we're going to have a big crash, probably down to like 60K, or we're going to go all the way up to 100K. Like we're going to pass 80K, maybe trade around there for a little bit, then up to 100K and have a major crash back down to like 60K. So that's what I personally believe could happen here with Bitcoin. So let me know what you guys think inside of the comments about this. Do you think that's possible? Do you think that's what's going to happen? To me personally, that's what I think is going to happen. And that's why I like using a bunch of different things and different methods, because I use the Fibonacci retracements and I run through plays on that to see what could happen. And then I use my RSI. I run through some plays on that, see what could happen. And then I use my automated trading indicators with Chart Prime to see what's going to happen. And usually, you can typically predict it with using a bunch of different medians of observations here. So anyways, we also have other things that could increase this as well, increase the chances. The inflation rate year over year is going to be coming out on March 12th. The core inflation rate, all that good stuff, it's all coming out on March 12th. So we're going to have a Federal Reserve meeting there. And then, retail sales are going to come out on the 14th of March for month over month. The PPI is coming up for the US stuff. So this is going to be a really big teller of whether or not we're going to be taking off or not. If we have good numbers, inflation is not as bad, and Jerome Powell kind of hinted to it before, then we should have a pump. But if everything's bad, now, like, I'll say this, even if everything is bad, why would they want their money in US dollars if inflation is increasing? So if we see inflation is increasing after this Federal Reserve meeting, well, logically they should be putting their money in Bitcoin so they can beat inflation. But if inflation's not increasing and is stagnant, you should probably still have your money in Bitcoin so then you can still beat the stagflation, if you want to call it that. So this is exactly why I believe Bitcoin is just going to take off. Like, it has no reason to drop. There's no reason for people to even want to hold US dollar right now or anything. Bitcoin has no reason to go down right now. So personally, there's a lot of people that are saying it's going to crash, blah, 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 blah. Personally, I think it's going to get to like 80K or 100K and then crash. Now with Chart Prime is really interesting. Look at this buy signal. It came in all the way down here, by the way, right at our Fibonacci retracement. It came in, let you know, hey, you're probably going to want to buy. You would have really made money from 42K all the way up to 69K. But as you can see here with Chart Prime, typically when the momentum wave bands start turning pink like this, that means we're having massive buying pressure coming in and massive momentum on the upside. And I really like that because it lets you know when we're just about to take off, right? So what happened here once we had all that massive buying pressure, it went up and it went crazy. But then when you look over here and you compare this with the RSI, you can see, what did I say before? The RSI starts to go down, but that's just because volume has dropped, but not necessarily buying. So the selling volume has dropped. Not many people are selling. They're still buying, though, at very high rates. So you see the RSI goes down, but they're still buying. Now look at how it's crossing here, like I said before, on the other chart, on the 4-hour chart. This is the daily chart. This is the daily chart. When you see it go down like that and it's crossing, that means it's about to go right back up. So what we're about to see here is probably going to see a breakout to 80K Bitcoin or to 100K Bitcoin. That's just what I believe personally. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. Do you think this is possible? Let me know, because everything's showing it. And like, I really like using different indicators to know like where we're going. So I'm always using the Fibonacci. The Fibonacci really helps with support levels for me. Okay, Fibonacci really helps with support levels, especially when you pair it up with something like Chart Prime, because then you see the momentum wave bands. You see where those supports are more likely to bring you, right? And then I also like pairing it up with something that comes with TradingView, like the Stoch RSI comes with TradingView. The Fibonacci comes with TradingView. Well, Chart Prime does not come with the TradingView, but you can still use the Stoch RSI and the Fibonacci if you don't want to buy an automated trading indicator. So there's always ways for you to track this stuff. But right now, it looks like we're getting buy signals. So let me know what you guys think inside the comment section. Do you think we're about to take off, or do you think we're just going to crash from here? Because nobody can predict it 100%. I can't predict nothing. That's why I said I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But definitely let me know what you guys think about this. If you like the Chart Prime automated trading indicators, definitely check out the link in the description. Sign up for there. I get a commission off that, so that would be cool. Or if y'all want to sign up for Mexi Global and trade on there, I get a commission from that as well. And yeah, 100% transparent about that. But anyways, hit the like button and subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think about this. Are you guys getting out of the market? Are you trying to get in the market? Me personally, I'm trading. I'm not trying to like hold my money in there, but I'm trading because I'm getting in, I'm getting out, I'm getting in, I'm getting out. Because after we get, I personally believe it, once we get to like 80K, we're either crashing to like 60K, or once we get to 100K, we're crashing to like 60K, or like 80K going down to 50K, and then 100K going down to 60K. That's what I believe personally. Let me know what you guys think about this though. Hit the like button and subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, I'll be back with another video.